Hi everyone, my name is Yanira, and today I'll be talking about gendered embodiment. I'll be talking about what it is, what it means, and what it looks like in today's society. Gendered embodiment is how we as a society label or categorize each other into two categories. Those categories being male or female. When we are born, we are assigned our biological sex, again, which is male or female, and we are placed in these categories based on which genitalia we are born with. Now, what society expects is that once we are labeled male or female, we follow the norms and show characteristics of our category, or in this case, our gender. Gender is being male or female. Typically used with reference to social and cultural differences rather than biological ones. Some characteristics that are associated with gender would be, for example, for a female, they would be associated with long hair, being shy, liking pink, wearing dresses, and typically being the homemaker, cleaning the house, taking care of the kids, or doing all the cooking. Now, the male category, they would be categorized or associated with being muscular, being the protectors, being the breadwinners, and basically just displaying dominant behavior. These are all the stereotypes we are to follow in order to fit in with society's standards. Anything outside of those characteristics would be frowned upon, or, we would be looked as being weird or different. There would be other labels besides just being called male or female. We begin to adapt to these standards from the moment we are born. If you are born female, you are immediately dressed in pink, dresses, bows, flowers, pink nursery, purple. And when we are born a boy, you are immediately dressed in blue or green, all the boy colors per society. And basically, boys are already born with a football in their hand. Again, another stereotype. And as we begin to start walking and playing with toys, we are taught to play with dolls or cars or take ballet lessons or karate lessons. And these all fall under the categories of male or female. What should a boy do? What should a girl play with? But what happens when someone who is born female doesn't feel like they're female? Or someone who's born male doesn't feel like they're a male? Which category does society place them in? And what happens when someone is genderless and doesn't fit into either female or male category? Or what if they identify with both? One day, a person could decide to wear baggy clothes with heels, or a tie with the dress, or one day just decide to shave their head off and wear a dress. But when society is not used to that, they will start to question, they will start to bully and judge and criticize and label. In an article that I read by Tyler Ford called My Life Without Gender, he talks about what life as a genderless person looks like. And it's really a great article because he talks about the struggles and about what they had to endure to really become comfortable with who they really are. And Ford was basically born as a female, labeled by her genitalia, and her whole life she didn't feel like she was a female, and she had mixed feelings, and for a moment she thought she was lesbian, and she uncovered transgenders and started looking into it, and she finally decided that she was transgender. So she went through the whole process and started taking hormones, or testosterone, I mean, and became genderless. So Ford is now described, or likes to be referred to as they, not as a she or a he. In this article, Ford describes what it's like to live a genderless life and the struggles Ford had to endure while transitioning into being genderless, or as stated by Ford, a non-binary person, someone who does not identify with either binary gender, man or woman. Ford's experience is very eye-opening in the sense of what they have to go through when they identify themselves as non-binary or transgender. It's very brave to show society who they really are and how they really feel. But again, society is not very accepting of this, and they resort to bullying and laughing at them and shaming them. Even more disturbing is that it doesn't stop at the bullying or the shaming. It leads to assaults, and even as far as some of them getting killed. And that's horrible. It's just inhumane. Besides Ford, there are some other people in Hollywood, I would say, that are examples of people who do not embody their gender. Some of those people are Miley Cyrus, Ruby Rose, Caitlyn Jenner, and Ellen DeGeneres, and even Angelina Jolie's child, Shiloh Jolie, or John, as he likes to be called. And gendered embodiment is not just how we feel, but it also is in the everyday things that we do or buy. Whenever you take a trip to the store, everything is typically divided by gender. Boy or girl, male or female. Restrooms are labeled by male or female. And even the expectations of what we should or should not be doing based on our gender. Another great article regarding this topic is for queer cancer survivors. It's Not All About the Pink Ribbons by Winnie McCroy. McCroy goes into great detail about breast cancer awareness and breast reconstruction. McCroy says women, especially those who identify as queer, are rejecting the notion that breasts make the woman. Some have even started the Flat Topper Pride movement, a push for acceptance of women who choose to live with a flat, scarred chest, rather than get reconstruction or wear prosthetics to conform to what society deems normal. You know, I think in this day of age, we've come far along, and we should all be treated as equals, no matter if you're a female or a male, or if you do not identify with either gender. It should be okay. It shouldn't be deemed as something unusual. Because at the end of the day, everybody is trying to live their life, and everybody just wants peace, and everybody just wants to be accepted. So at the end of the day, gender embodiment really is a big issue, because not everybody is as accepting, and there's still people fighting for their rights, when we're already in 2015, almost 2016. Hopefully we continue to make big strides, and one day I hope that everybody is treated as an equal. Well, thank you for your time, and have a great day.